Welcome back to the Afro Anime Initiative podcast. On the initiative, we talk about everything in Afrofuturism from A to Z. And yes, we are inching ever so closely to discovering something that begins with the letter Z. But first, follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Afro Anime Initiative and on Twitter at YouTube at Afro_AI. And on YouTube, please hit that like, share, and subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you can always stay up to date with the initiative. I am your host, Darren Bradley, and along with me today is
Paulina. What's up, guys?
And joining us is also
Favorite showgirl, Marvat. What's up, guys?
Man, we are all so happy here to be with you. I hope everybody's doing well. I hope everybody's doing good. And we gonna kick this off right now by saying, hey, some girl came out with this dumbass video talking about how black cosplayers aren't getting pub because of how dope their cosplays are, but because of the color of their skin. And to that girl, I don't care if we even get demonetized. I want to say, oh, fuck are you? Oh, fuck are you? And I'm loving the clapbacks on Instagram and Twitter. Again, follow us at Afro Anime Initiative and Afro_AI, where the black cosplay community is clapping back. Marvette, have you seen any of these beautiful black cosplay clapbacks as of recent?
They are gorgeous. They are seen. They're here. They're presented. They're loud. And honey, how dare you say that? They're in check.
Exactly. I'm sorry about that. There was a little delay on my end. I didn't hear you finish there, Marvette. My apologies. Paulina, how do you feel about the great black cosplay clapback of 2020?
Okay, I'll be honest and say that I was not able to keep up with it. Like I didn't even know until you brought this up. And honestly, I'm not worried because I know for a fact whenever black Twitter and black Instagram claps back, you know that's the end of that person. You know that's just it. So I've been following black cosplayers, and they're fantastic. They're wonderful. They're just incredible, brilliant, beautiful.
Yeah.
So I have no qualms, no worries about this clapback because that's just who we are. That's our people, and we're the greatest at anything and everything we do. And I'm just looking at this with great amusement because I don't know why this little idiot thought it was a good idea to do that. Clearly it wasn't. That's all I gotta say.
Somebody feel real jealous, huh? Real jealous. So yeah, I just wanted to, open up the show with that and, just shout out some love to our black cosplayers. Go follow them. Follow the hashtag black cosplayers on all your social medias and just show them some love and let them know, like, we see you and that this person talking this mess, obviously, her stuff is trash. Bye-bye. Now, let's get into our first story. It's a little holdover from last week that we didn't discuss on the podcast. It is Xbox Big Boss, Daddy Games himself, Phil Spencer, says he wants more visible leaders of POC. That's people of color for the uninitiated. Paulina, how do you feel about the statement that Phil Spencer is making about more visible leaders in the gaming community?
As long as he puts his money where his mouth is, I'm good. I'm all for it. That's it. That's it. Just put your money where your mouth is. Follow through with it.
One more time for the people in the back.
Oh, Marvette, she's actually repeat that one more time for people in the back because I was talking over again. I apologize. Marvette, how do you feel about Daddy Phil talking about more visible leaders?
It's easier to talk, but again, your money where your mouth is.
All right. Okay.
We'd love to see more people of color. White people continue to get the opportunity more and more and more, but hello.
We're here.
Hello. Give us that funding so we can put our foot right there.
Exactly.
And I would like to say this to add on to the lovely statements you both have made. Mr. Spencer, if you're listening, which I know you are, we're very popular with the Microsoft people. You making this statement is wonderful. My friend, you're the boss. Just hire them. I mean, dude, okay? The statement is cool. I'm glad you feel this way, but just hire him, bro. Just hire him in them positions of more visibility.
Right.
You're the boss, bro.
Jesus.
I don't need a statement. Give me some action, bro. Thanks. Cool. Awesome. Because I think that's what a lot of people are starting to understand. Like, these statements are cool. Your company putting Black Lives Matter on stuff is great. Where's the action?
Mm-hmm.
Where's the action?
Don't make it performative like half of all these companies that made
right
it back in June. Jerks.
Right. Because I think America is kind of over the performative thing. The elections are over. Let's get some real results. Like, just hire people, bro. Hire people. But again, you know what? Let's be honest. He made sure he said diversity and people of color.
Mm-hmm.
So it still ain't gonna be a lot of black people.
Nope.
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks. Great. Because I think a lot of black people are starting to wake up to that. Like, when people say people of color and diversity, black people still at the back of the line.
Exactly.
I ain't here for that no more.
Yep. Exactly. They always talk about everybody else, but the black.
Can meet the quote about 1% that's different than the others.
Right. Yeah. So, you know, like you said, put some money into mouth is, hire people. I don't need statements. Give me results. Give me action. Because there's a lot of qualified people out there. All right. And speaking of representation, another thing we promised you last week, if you've been following us on the podcast, and I hope we're not moving too fast, but this is a story I really wanted to get to, but I wanted to get Phil's statement out there. Because it's important that people make these statements, but it's more important they show the action, because a lot of people are making statements again, especially Miss Rachel True from The Craft. If you don't remember The Craft, Miss Rachel True was, I'm sorry to say, she was the token black girl in the movie.
No, she was. No, don't be sorry to say.
Oh, she really was.
No, she straight up was.
And she's letting people know, like, oh no, it wasn't just in the movie. They was making her the token black girl and everything. You know what, P? I'm gonna let you handle this one.
All right, let me take a deep breath because this infuriated me when I first read this. Okay, so from the jump, they weren't even going to have a black character in the movie. Period. She realized this and she's like, no, let me audition for this anyways. And she did. And apparently, yeah, they liked her, but they had to fight to change the character. And it's like, how do you have to fight to change a white character to a black one? What was the difference? Because as far as I know, inside the movie, the character didn't get, well, with her power, she got proper retribution, but then she got punished for it, which was very smelly in the first place. But hearing about what was going on behind the scenes, it made sense. Because she was the token black girl. She was the odd one out. Even with her co-stars, things were awkward. Things were not great. Things were terrible, frankly. She felt like an outsider. Even amongst her castmates. And the worst part about it was two things. One, her co-stars, were kind of known, were well known in the 90s. So, of course, they all chalked it up to, well, she wasn't as known as them at that time, so of course that they would be front and center and she wouldn't be. And of course, none of those stupid bitches spoke up. And none of them spoke up when it came to the, now I lost my train of, not my train of thought, but what's the word? What is the word? Convention.
You mean
convention
circuit?
Yes, convention circuit. Thank you. In the convention circuit, she wasn't even invited to speak to any panel about
four girls.
4.
Why are you only inviting 3?
Only 3 of the white ones. And of course, none of those 3 bitches fought for her to go with them. None of them. Not a one. And honestly, I'm glad she's speaking up now, and I'm horrified that it took this many years for her to speak out and say this. I mean, I'm pretty sure she's been saying something before, but not like this. Not to this scale. Especially with John Boyega speaking up about his experience.
And Ray Fisher, yeah.
And Ray Fisher. Now it's her turn. And it's fucked up. It is fucked up.
Yeah, like the treatment that we're starting to hear more, how can I say, blatantly, might not be the correct word, but I'm gonna say use that one, blatantly, about the treatment of minority cast in any film, whether even it's a a large assortment of other minorities in the film, it's like, wait a minute, why? And why are we allowing this? And why is nobody saying something? And it's become such a thing because people think that, everything stopped with the civil rights movement. Like, nah, are you serious? Like half of America is Nazis right now. What are you talking about? So for this more and more evidence to just keep coming out, it's not nothing you can hide from. Because again, you can go to conventions. I didn't look. Sadly enough for me, because she hasn't got a lot of work. I thought she had maybe passed because you'll hear people talk about it or show conventions when they talk about the craft. Well, there's a craft reunion. She ain't never there.
No. Even for Showtime, in their synopsis and their list of actors and actresses in the movie, she wasn't even listed. She was not.
She wasn't never giving her credit.
No. Literally, this year, Showtime advertised them, like, hey, we have this movie, but her name wasn't listed in the credits of the advertisement. This year.
Marvette, how do you feel?
It's disturbing and it's sad, but at the same time, it's like you said, we've been fucking living through this for how long?
Mm-hmm.
And then the fact that they told her on the cast, like, oh, one actor can get away with this, but you can't get away with it. Since when you hear black kids telling their mommies, fuck you, mommy?
Right.
You can't join us on, convention. Like, bitch, who the fuck are you? I'm acting in this role equally as you just because of my skin color. That makes a whole difference, or is it my hair texture? Because I get all of the black kids at that age, they watched the movie for her, not for y'all three.
Thank you. Like, she brought in an audience. People want to see a black person in that role. She brought in a loyal audience. The craft audience is super loyal until they came out with this new movie. Like, it's been super loyal. And she is a major part of that. And I want to say it's shocking, but it really ain't. It really ain't, is it?
No, it's just infuriating at this point. At this point for me, it's like, I'm so glad they're speaking out now, because it's really, this year really is an awakening year. Like, people are really stepping up and saying enough is enough. And if you fire me, I don't care. You'll either get sued or, sued, and I'll go off and do my own thing and be 10 times more successful.
Like, it's sad. To what point are you going to accept things just to get a job, just to get hired for a role?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, how low are you willing to go?
And the thing is, for me, it's understandable. At this point, no, not anymore. But it's understandable for me for all those years for, the fear of speaking out, because even with white actors, if they spoke out, well, the slightly lesser known ones, if they spoke out against anything, they would be blackballed almost permanently in Hollywood, denying them any work. If anything, they'll be lucky if they got something in the indie circuit. So you look at that from the perspective of a black potential actor, actress, a creator, and you think like, oh no, I got to put up with this in order to get something out there. And that was the belief before. But right now, with so many of them speaking up, even, in movies, in television, just everywhere, they're actually speaking up now. And it's like, well, what are you going to do about it, Hollywood? Your audience has changed drastically. You can't cater to your only white audience anymore. You can't come up with the excuse and saying, oh, our audience is not ready for a black this or black that or Indian that or whatever. That's not an excuse anymore.
Yeah, with social media, people can just go to social media and get their own fan base and loyal followings.
Boom.
Who will spend money on them. They can make a living off of that. They don't need Hollywood.
Exactly.
They just don't.
Nope.
Hollywood's just a name now.
With the fall,
that's all it is.
And the theaters are falling. So.
And just to stay on the movie train, if nobody else has anything to add to this. No, cool. Stay on the movie train. We got some news out of Resident Evil Reboot that some set photos have shown some connections to the RE2 video game, which is actually dope. That remake was super dope. Amazing. Marvette, are you caught up in the Resident Evil game, and how do you feel about it? The new movie connected to the games more.
Resident Evil 2, I'm over apocalypse and fucking zombies. I'm so over it. If it's another one, I'm done. This is it for me. Sorry, but not sorry.
I don't blame you.
Understood.
That is understandable.
Paulina, what do you got on Resident Evil Reboot connecting more with the remake of the video game?
I mean, the franchise itself has kind of wrung itself dry, especially with the direction it took after the third movie? I don't even remember. So with this, I'm like meh about it, to be honest. Um, I am kind of sitting here going, okay, so how true to the video games are they going to be? So because they were looking to look at the origin of all the crap that's happened in Resident Evil and with the Umbrella company or whatever they're called.
Umbrella Corps.
Yeah, Umbrella Corp. You know, and Claire Redfield, I believe, is actually going to be a prominent character. We'll see. I can't say I got my hopes up. I'm super excited because I think Resident Evil was one of the very few franchises that actually legitimately scared me in terms of zombie apocalypse type stuff, especially how the outbreak first happened and the investigation behind Umbrella Corps. Like that stuff is pretty fascinating. I'm thinking, okay, hopefully they'll be I don't want to say more accurate, but really delve into the story of, how everything happened and how it led up to what we know of Resident Evil now. But I don't know. I just hope it's not the same stiff acting as it was in the original franchise. Because, oh my god, I forgot how just bad it was. What do you think, Darren?
When I heard about the Resident Evil reboot, I'm like, okay, they actually made a successful franchise. Those movies made money. They are actually well liked. So I'm like, okay, cool. Give them their props. It's not for me, cool. And I heard about the reboot. I'm like, okay, we got something. And they might even subtitle it Biohazard, the original Japanese name. Okay, I'm here for it. Then I heard about all the people involved. It's the same people from the previous movies. I don't give a shit.
Right.
That's it. I'm like, so you're giving it back to the same people. And I'm not saying they did anything bad. Like I said, this wasn't my cup of tea.
Right.
But I've watched them for 7 movies and what they've done. Nah, I'm cool. I'm straight. Through a photo, I need to see the movie before I can be like, okay, this is cool.
Right.
I might. Does anybody else have any things to add to Resident Evil? I'm just whatever, bro.
I mean, at this point,
nope.
Any interest in Resident Evil is mainly to the video games. That's all I got.
And even at the assholes messed up with the Resident Evil 3 remake, I'm like, why?
You mean the DLC?
Just why?
You mean the DLC?
Yeah.
It's a damn DLC. It's not a whole video game.
No, Resident Evil 3. Period. That whole game is
the whole
that remake is
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
it's
that
not a
whole
remake.
game.
It's like it's not a whole.
The DLC. Gotcha. I see what you did. I didn't see it at first.
Like I don't count it as a full video game. It's a DLC. It's an add-on. A very expensive add-on.
And a very bad add-on to a great game. Resident Evil 2, like I'm really thinking about buying it again. So when I get a better PC. Because just anyway. It was great. Resident Evil 2. Moving on. Good positive DC news. Well, okay. Maybe from my perspective, it's positive DC news. Today, DC Comics, not today, I'm sorry, yesterday, as of this recording, DC Comics has announced they have a new editor-in-chief, and that is Marie Giovanni. Yes, Marie Giovanni. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to be honest with you. Once I heard this, and I knew, and it's basically Jim Lee is out, I did not look anything up from her. I didn't want to know her background because, all honesty, I want to try to give her a fair shake because she's going to be head of the comic book division. And no matter how much crap they talk, the comic book division is still the basis for all the things that they're trying to do. Can they hire writers just to write movie scripts and movie plot lines that doesn't come from comic books? Yes, but comic books are testing ground. That's when you get to see if things work or not. So the person that's in charge of those comic books, even if Warner Brothers doesn't want to admit it, still is going to have some influence on those billion-dollar movies you want to see. So, without knowing any background for me personally, cool. Even though I think Jim Lee was great and they never really gave him a chance to take full control of DC Comics and actually make it a juggernaut in the industry again. I'm hoping with the new infrastructure, the new structure period, because they ain't had none before at DC and Warner Brothers, AOL, Time Warner, that they actually take these properties that have been around for 100 years almost. It's been 100 years for some of them, and do some good work with it. Pauline, I'm going to go to you on this one first. How do you feel about the new hiring at DC Comics?
I am just gonna wait and see what is produced, what is created, how the stories are gonna be shown under this new editor, new head of the comic book division. Um, I mean, change is good, but like you said, it's like they didn't really give a chance for the last one. So I don't know how they're going to leave creative control to her. I'm hoping it's gonna be just in a good direction, that one that works for everybody, one that actually works for the stories. Because there are a lot of potential good stories out there. So I'm just it's a wait and see game for me.
Gotcha. Marvette, how do you feel about this?
My favorite thing. I looked her up. I googled her. I did some research. She looks promising and hopeful. Her background is very good to me. But like Polly said, we'll just wait and see. But I'm also hopeful that something good will come out of it.
Sorry, what is her background in?
She is a comic book editor. She's a comic book colorist. And she's known for her long association with Marvel Comics and Pesky Media Group.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So Marvel's Iron Man 3, Marvel's Captain America, Stalking in the Wind, Tick Tick, and Marvel's Thor. Those are
part of that original batch before Disney bought them.
Yep.
Interesting.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, then this might be a turning. This might be a turning point for DC then. Maybe if they don't treat her like shit.
See, I wanted.
So you're looking at things for early 2000s to 2018.
Whoa.
Yep.
See, that's why I didn't want to know nothing about her, because now you've given me a little bit of hope. And just like Pauline just
that's why I said I was feeling hopeful, but also,
Yeah.
I'm still hopeful. I don't care. I'm still hopeful because her background looks promising.
I'm just looking at DC like, y'all better not fuck this up. Do not hinder her. Do not get her in her way. Let her do her thing. We'll be fine. We will be fine.
Because the decisions they've already made have put her in a tight spot. They're canceling so many books. They're about to fire so many people. Yeah. They've taken away some of the name recognition, like Vertigo is gone. Now they got Black Label. Nobody knows that he is. Nobody cares. It's Batman books. But when you have Vertigo, people are like, oh, that's going to be the weird, cool stuff that I'm not supposed to read. Let me get it. Like, you've already hindered her by taking away some of the most prominent things you had.
Yeah.
So it's like, we leave her alone. You already set her bad. You already gave her a bad table. Let her fix it. Like, leave her alone. But again, wait and see. I'm just hopeful this young lady has got this what used to be a powerful position, and I hope she takes it and turns it back into a powerful position. I really do. I know I told Mass I like DC. I still like DC characters. They just haven't done anything cool with them in a while. That's all.
Is she the first female editor?
She might be for DC, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And as an in chief.
Mm-hmm. Editor in chief.
Yeah, but not.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, she might be the first editor in chief, but not for like other stuff, like other divisions. They've had other people before. So that's Marvel. So okay, DC, we see you and we hope you do good, because our next and final main story for this podcast, we want to see you there, DC. We want to see y'all do it big. Is C2E2, the Chicago, and dang it, I had the name right out here, but it's so scribbled I can't read it. But C2E2, the Chicago Comic Con, which isn't the Chicago Wizard World Comic Con, is usually a convention usually held in February. It's usually like the first convention of the year. It sets off the convention season. Mm-hmm. It's a great thing that we has moved for 2020, 21.
Yeah.
to December 10th through 12th. I'm gonna start this off with you, Marvette, my summer baby. How do you feel about C2E2 moving to the dead of winter?
Fuck that shit. I'll be at home. To those of you that are going, be live, post, and tag us. But again, I feel like I like that they were being hopeful that we'll have it physically. And why did they not choose to do something virtual this year?
We had C2E2 this year. I went.
Yeah, this was like before the.
That was earlier. I remember.
Yeah,
I remember that was earlier this year.
This was before the lockdown. So
yeah.
Oh yeah, you have fun and you posted a lot.
So he had a whole bunch of fun. And the messed up part is it was literally almost like one more convention happened after it. It would have been the last convention of the year before lockdown became real. But then there was one convention right after it. So that became the official last one. And everybody's like, wow. So when this news came out, people were like, this might be the smartest thing in the world because America still may not be smart by February. Paulina, how do you feel about the moving of C2E2 to December 10th through 12th?
I feel the same way. Like it's a very smart move on C2E2's part, and pushing it all the way to December because by then, I know that they were talking about. I know I'm going into COVID news, but they were talking about vaccines and how they had their successful trials with 2 companies, I think. So but it won't be ready until April. So hopefully by the fall season, we won't have this messiness that we have right now. We won't have as many lockdowns and we won't have as many people being dumb, but who knows? So I think honestly though, I'm thinking about going. It might be the year that I would actually be able to go, but who knows? I don't know. Um, I don't know. I don't know what next year is going to bring. Hopefully, nothing but good things. Hopefully, again, this is a smart thing. So I hope that this doesn't blow up in their face. I hope everything just goes smoothly and people have fun with this. And I hope that we have a good setup of activities for C2E2 next year. What about you, Darren? What do you think?
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages that listen to the Afro Anime Initiative, I'm saying this right here, right now. This is the goal. The initiative will be at C2E2 2021. We got more than a year
to get ready for this.
Yeah. Except for the desert baby. She can't come because of stuff.
Hey, you know what? Honestly, I feel like I want to enjoy one of these before I leave this earth. Fuck
you will.
I'm on board. I'm on board.
Snap. She's coming out of the winter, people. Oh, man.
All right, we'll buy you extra layers.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's official. The initiative will hopefully see you there. Okay, that's all I got for my notes. You know what? Let's go around and see what anybody else has to add from the realm of Afrofuturism and general geekdom. Let's start off with Marvette.
Yeah, why you starting with me? Let me tell you, I've been just watching Netflix.
Okay.
And there's some good stuff on it. I watched The Blood of Zeus.
Yeah.
For those of you that watched it, me and Darren will do, review on it coming up. Okay, so I will not spoil it. For those of you that didn't watch it, go watch it.
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun, P. It was actually a really fun show. It really was.
All right, I'll give it a shot Sunday night.
Oh, shoot, we might do 3 people reviewing it.
There you go.
There we go.
Yeah. Okay, Pete. So what you got else? What's going on in the RAM for you?
All right. So kind of 2 things. One, Spider-Man Miles Morales dropped a couple days ago. I think yesterday or 2 days ago. Minus the whole, replacing the face of Peter Parker. I'm still salty over that because it's just jarring. Like it's just jarring. Like ugh. But at the same time, though, the video game itself, number one, is just gorgeous. Oh my god, it's gorgeous. Like I started watching a playthrough of one part of a playthrough, and from what I've seen so far, it's just ugh. And the second part, it's freaking Miles Morales. So the excitement with that is you have a whole new Spider-Man. Learning the ropes, but that's the fun of it. He's learning the ropes. It's like, the start of Spider-Man all over again, but with Afro-Latino and in New York. And my mind went back to me being 10 years old, all excited about Spider-Man and being imaginative about this stuff. So it's lovely. I like it. I wish I could play the game. I don't have a PS5. I got a suspicious text message saying I won with a weird link. I didn't click on it. saying that I won it. I'm like, the grammar's off, so no.
It's from Russia. Russia give PS5 to Americans.
Listen, I tried to look up the phone number. It's like, no, sorry, we don't know what that is. I'm like, don't trust it then. But yeah, it looks wonderful. I'm kind of excited to see what this Marvel wannabe company wants to do with the rest of the franchise of the series. Like if it's they're gonna keep going forward with it or whatever. The other thing I got is it involves James Bond, but I'm just like I don't know if I want to really talk about it because it's just one of those things where it's like people are again talking about like the next person to play the actual dude James Bond, not 007. And they're I think fans again are bringing up Henry Cavill, and honestly I'm like no, I don't see it, like no, but I don't know. I guess I just haven't seen him act enough for me to be like sure, but no.
The last Mission Impossible movie.
What is it?
The last Mission Impossible movie? Yeah, watch that one. Henry so improve in that one. Like he's really dope in that movie.
Which one was it? There's so many Mission Impossible movies, honestly.
That's why I just said the last one. I don't remember that name.
Which one was the last one?
That's the last
which one's the last one? Like, wait. So many that came back to back. I'm like, wait.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just look it up. But yeah, I think that's all I got for now.
Yeah. Man, I'm feeling on that Spider-Man. That Spider-Man is going to continue because technically this Miles Morales part is not part 2. Spider-Man 2 is still coming out next year.
This is a standalone story, which makes it kind of mind-blowing as to how deep they went all out with this one. They actually did. So I'm like, okay, y'all are setting the bar for part 2.
Yeah, and I think they've done really well because it just looked dope. And did you know that there's a setting where you can change the game to look like Into the Spider-Verse?
No.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my. Okay, I might forgive you in some
years. It looked dope.
I might forgive them. I might forgive them earlier than scheduled.
Yep. It looks dope. It looks dope. Awesome. Well, for me. Okay, guys. Last year we went through a journey, and I reviewed every episode of the CW's Black Lightning, and I enjoyed it. I'm gonna say 50-50. Let's be honest, about 50-50. Towards the end, it became a struggle. Well, they've announced that they're gonna do a spinoff for Painkiller, and I just looked at them like, why? Just why?
Just why?
Because y'all gotta get Black Lightning together before you talk about some spinoffs, and I'm glad the CW got a lot of Asians now and a lot of Black people, but y'all got it now that y'all writing sucks. So yeah, why? That's why.
That's my thing. The CW just has terrible writing. Period. It's an echo chamber of just the same writers for every show. So
I know I said last year that towards the end of Black Lightning anyway, I said I would try to start the new season and see what happens. And I'm still going to do that. But I'm telling you this right now. I ain't watching Painkiller. Okay? All right. Let's clear that up before, something comes up. So that's about it for the Afro Anime Initial Podcast. I'd like to take...
KweliTV.
Dear God. So much stuff has happened.
Yes.
I forgot about it. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. Before we leave, we would like to take a shout out to KweliTV because they got DDoSed these last couple of days. And this is what makes it funny. Are you ready for the funny part? Their internet server provider, the person that holds their stuff, the company that stores their things, their vendor. Yes, Paulina, thank you. Their vendor literally said this: out of all the things and websites and domains and things that they hold. Only KweliTV was attacked.
Mm-hmm.
Ladies and gentlemen, this was a racially motivated DDoS attack against a black-owned, black media Netflix-type service. To the people who have done this, okay, cool. Because guess what? We back. KweliTV is still on. We still gonna put out black media. They still gonna show beautiful black images. They still gonna tell black stories. Kweli still gonna throw his podcast on there talking about black issues, and they gonna throw other people podcasts on there talking about issues. There will be black animation. There will be black actors, black writers, black producers, black directors.
Black.
Yeah. So cool. Because you just committed a federal crime.
Mm.
And when they find you, you will be federally prosecuted. Why, man? Just why? What was the point? And hold on. And even if you did do this, why you just didn't attack everybody so you wouldn't make it look so bad? I mean, come on. Come on.
Well, I mean, you got to think about the racism in this country or in other countries. It's just, I feel like racists are just getting more and more stupid. Just with everything they do. They don't even think. They never did, but man, it's a whole new level of not thinking.
Fact.
So,
Marvin, I don't know if you heard about this because it seems I forgot to put in the notes. My apologies. Did you hear about the DDoS attack on KweliTV?
I did, and you didn't forget to put it on the notes for us to see. I looked at it and I read about it. It's all good.
So this, ladies and gentlemen, this is why I don't do a podcast by myself. So things like that happen, it was covered because that was something I really didn't want to talk about. Because I just thought it was just why? Because there's nothing that KweliTV has done anything to hurt nobody. It's a paid service. If you don't want to watch it,
don't watch it.
You don't have to.
Right. Just don't watch
Motherfucker just hating.
I'm like, geez.
That's all it is. Stop hating. Let black people prosper. Leave them alone. Jeez.
Somebody mad. Real mad.
Real mad. Yeah, it's just, it was just, yeah. So with that, we shout out our beautiful black cosplayers again. We gonna shout out this beautiful black company at the end. If you can, subscribe to KweliTV. It's a lot of cool stuff on there. And yes, the initiative is getting on there. We ain't forgot. Since we did this almost a year ago and we covered all the streaming services, KweliTV was on that list. Hey man, it's all some money to these streaming services. We gonna get them all. Calm down, relax. We're gonna get there. So with that, thank you for listening to the Afro Anime Initiative podcast. And once again, follow us on all our social media, Facebook and Instagram at Afro Anime Initiative, on Twitter and right here on YouTube at Afro_AI. You know the deal. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Hey, peace.